All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started. My name is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is listings and landing pages. If you are watching this live, feel free to put questions in the chat. I will get to them as much as time will allow towards the end of class if I don't happen to get your question. Or if you're watching this back on a recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. Include your command username and password when you contact us, and we will definitely be able to help you any way we can and troubleshoot any issues you're having or help you build landing pages, just like we're going to go over today. So over on my screen, we're going to jump right in. We're going to cover three things today. We're going to go over the marketing profile, the listings tab, and the consumer tab for the landing pages, actually to create them and build them out today. And the reason we're showing these to you guys is this is a great way to give value back to your sellers, to also make your life easier in creating lead capturing forms, or even just like open house or client appreciation event forms. It's just a great way to be able to get your contact information straight into command, but also to provide value back to a seller by giving them a landing page that is dedicated to their listing that they can share and help you market and advertise as well. So we're going to start with the first of the three. We're going to go to our marketing profile. That's over in the top right underneath our profile name and photo. If you give that one click, there is settings down towards the bottom. Give that one click and we'll let that load here. If you hear me pause at any time in the class, I'm just letting other folks in from the waiting room. Thank you for your patience with that. And after you click on settings, it does land you on your integrations page. So over here on the left, there's connect settings. We're going to click that and marketing profile is revealed below it. Go ahead and give that a click. This is the template where all of your marketing information feeds out to your website and your app. Also to the landing pages that are standalone, that are not necessarily attached to your website, the ones that we're going to create today. All of your marketing information comes from right here. Super important, make sure you're toggled on and this button is showing green. It's asking if it can use your information to brand your agent's site. You want that on. If at any point you go and look at your website and you're not seeing branding on it, let this be the first place you come and check right here. As you scroll down, many of you have probably already seen this in other classes or what have you, but you would want to upload your photo and your team logo here. Your photo is a little quirky. You want to make sure that that is cropped to be a square. If it's not not cropped to be a square, on some of your marketing, it may show a little wonky. It may start showing a little distorted. And a good rule of thumb is if it looks distorted right here on this screen, it's going to be distorted on your marketing. So if you need any help in resizing that, you can always reach out to us and we can help with that part. And then the KW team logo that you see here, if you don't have a team logo, maybe you have a personal logo or a generic KW logo like we're using here, either one will work. We just do recommend putting something in that placeholder for team logo because you don't want some of your marketing to go out that has a broken image showing there since you don't have anything uploaded for team. It is a little bit different. It actually will fix itself. So if you don't have the logo in a perfect square form, it's okay. Even if it looks wonky right here, for some reason, that photo will work itself out on your marketing and show correctly, even if your headshot doesn't. And as you go down further, these are your details. These are some compliance issues right here. So make sure that your name is appearing exactly as it would on your license. And as you have permission from your marketing center, some people do have permission to use different marketing names or nicknames. As long as your marketing center approves it, we can help you get those updated. It's just important. You don't want any kind of licensing fines or things like that or compliance issues. So just make sure this is how your license would appear. Your team name is also a compliance issue. You want to make sure that that is how you would like it. But do know that this is also the menu name on your website for the drop-down menu. So some people do come and customize this. If you don't have a team name that you have to be in compliance with, you can customize that, make it say menu, make it say more, things like that. And so as you scroll back down, you can have your professional job title, slogan, designations, and even military affiliation, which they've just broadened and updated the list. So you may have some more to choose from. There's even a support and patriot option now. If you're not an official member of the military, you can at least show your support and patriotism by choosing that as well. If you don't have a slogan, it's okay. You can give it a couple of spaces and it'll let you bypass that field if you're having any trouble saving it. Just remember that. And as I go down a little further, you can put your bio. This is an outward facing bio. Your consumers will see this, so you want it to be directed at them. If you don't have one, you probably have a generic one that we put in place for you. That's 100% okay. If you ever want to get this updated again, let us know. There's a few places that your headshot and bio need to be updated across your KW platforms. It's not just here. So if you ever want us to help you with that, we can. We can get it uploaded. Otherwise, there is a quick tip video on our YouTube channel that will show you everywhere that you need to get that updated. And then we move on to the phone numbers. You can put the same mobile number in place of the office phone if you do not have a dedicated line or a business line that you yourself are using, because the broker phone number is down here for compliance. So you don't have to put that number twice in the office phone, and for the broker, you can use your mobile phone twice if you'd like. Then make sure that your email is the one you want to be contacted by, and your website. Pro tip, make sure it says https:// in front of it. The www.com will not work with the KW website. It's actually becoming a broad truth for a lot of websites. Actually, the www is no longer working for a lot of websites. So just use the HTTP and it should work just fine for you. Your brokerage logo is probably already set on your marketing profile for you. If by chance you have changed brokerages recently or transferred, you can always reach out to us. We can help you get this updated. We actually have a questionnaire where you can fill out, and we will make sure all of your marketing and branding is updated through your KW platforms for you to your new market center. And as you come down, you see your legal footer and text, legal footer and links. Especially Texas, you got a couple of links that you do have to put in here. If you need any assistance with these, please let us know. And if you go a little further, you have a photo that you can upload if you would like for your legal footer images. Think of your equal housing opportunity logo, your realtor logo. Sometimes MLS boards have their association logo. So there's some things that you can add here if you would like. Just remember, it's super teensy. It won't show very large on your marketing. And as we go down further, this is your social links. This is what appears at the bottom of your website when it says Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and if you give a quick click, it will take you right to your profile. So just make sure these are public links. Make sure that they're public links because you don't want someone to click on them and have to sign into a third-party platform or the social media platforms in order to see you. And Google Analytics, while it is here at the bottom of the marketing profile and it used to work due to updates on Google's end, this is no longer working right now for your website. However, we are in hope that it will be resolved very quickly. I know that they are working on it. And once it is, it will actually track traffic on your website and your app for you, not just the folks that sign into a profile, but actually just happen to tap on your website and make rounds and do activity on your website for you. So right now it's non-functioning, but hopefully that'll be resolved soon for you. If you made any changes, make sure to hit that save button at the bottom. This concludes your marketing profile on the back end. That's kind of your back office to your website and your app. And so if you have any questions or need help with this, or by chance, if you're following along right now and you happen to notice that your marketing profile isn't filled out at all, please let us know. We do have a quick short form you can fill out. We'll get all this done for you and we can launch your website, get some basic pages on there for you, and also 6 additional pages like what's my home worth or a mortgage calculator and a local school search. So just let us know and we'll be happy to help with that. And so now that we've covered our marketing profile, we're going to go over to our listings tab. And you can see your icons on the left-hand side of the menu. If you're not familiar with what the icons are yet, you can always click the red KW and it will pop out the names for you so you can see that. So right here is the listings tab. So we're going to give that a click. As that's uploading, I do see a couple of quick questions coming in. I'm going to answer them right here on the fly for you. So how to check my marketing site. If you have any questions about that, Sanam, you can always email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. The email is also in our chat here. If you came in a little bit late and it's not showing up for you, I will copy and paste that again for you real quick. But you can always reach out to us, include your command username and password, and we'll be sure to go into your account and make sure that's all set up for you. And if we need any additional information, we'll let you know. And Michelle, that should cover you as well. That's the support@scottleroymarketing.com. What is the email to ask landing pages? Same one, Sharon, support@scottleroymarketing.com. And I just pasted it again for you guys in the chat. So we can definitely help you there. And now over here on the listings app, you do see an option here to sync your MLS. If you would like your listings to auto-populate within this listings tab under My Listings, this is where you would do it. So if you've already done this, you may see your listings already showing here, just like they would in the MLS. If you don't see them here, but you have active listings, you can go and claim that listing by syncing My MLS. And when you click that, you can search by listing address or by MLS number. Just happen to have an MLS number really quick. I want to show you the next step here because it does ask you for if you're the co-listing agent or the listing agent. Now, even if you are the co-listing agent, it will actually contact the primary listing agent that is listed on the MLS listing. So here we go. This is the MLS number we just pulled up. So if I wanted to go and claim this, I would hit select and then I would hit next. And it's going to ask me if I'm the primary listing agent or the co-listing agent. And so in that right there, either one you choose, it's going to contact the primary listing agent that is on the file on the actual MLS, okay? So this is how you would sync it. It does take 72 hours. No matter what the answer back is, you will actually get a notification right up here on the top right where your notification bells are. You would get one there no matter what it ends up being, whether it's saying, okay, we've initiated your sync request, or we've actually resolved it and it was successful, or maybe it even lets you know that this MLS ID has actually already been claimed and that they are not seeing that you are either the listing agent or the co-listing agent. So no matter what, it will give you feedback right here underneath your notification bells. And so that is why that's how you go about syncing your MLS right here so that you would see all of your listings populate automatically. They feed over from your MLS right here within this listings tab. It's okay if you don't currently have a live listing, you can still use this as a search feature. If you go right here to the search tab, it's going to load a fancy little map for us. As you can see, the listings are already populating on the right. It lets you search through property address, MLS number, and KWLS ID. We always recommend using MLS number within Command because so many addresses are heavily populated across the United States. It just gets a little hairy putting in addresses. So we're going to use an MLS number, and it's going to populate our listing right here on the right. If I didn't have either one of those things, if I didn't have the address or the MLS number, I can come right here and search by location and type in a city or state. I can also just hover over the map and start zooming into a location, and you will see those listings on the right-hand side start populating. Okay, so if we back up here, I do want to use the one that I had chosen with my MLS number, so I'm just going to hit search to refresh that. And if I give it a click here, you'll notice this looks exactly like your MLS does. It's going to give me just as much information because it's feeding directly from an MLS IDX. And so you can see I get all the stats, I get the property description, I can scroll down to view the map around it, which is excellent. Like maybe some of your clients want to know, hey, is it within walking distance to a grocery store or a park or to school? And so you can zoom in here and study that out. It gives you some area and school information. As long as it's listed in the MLS, it will show here. And you go down, we've even got some tax information available. Again, if it's entered into the MLS, it will pull it through. If you're not seeing it here, the agent did not enter it into the MLS. And it just gives you some excellent, excellent details. It's a great place to be a one-stop shop for you if you're in Command working on your business and you're sitting there and you need to bounce back and forth between listings and gather some information for clients, it's just a good place to do that. You can also see additional photos. You can see if they have any open house that's available. If they've listed a virtual tour, it would be right here and you can view it, as well as any additional links that they've put underneath that MLS listing. Okay. So this is your listings app. I'm just going to go back to the front so you can see what it looks like here. You do have some quick action buttons over here on the top right to create a new listing or sync my MLS. If you have any questions about this listing app, you can always let us know. We're going to jump into the consumer tab now. I want to show you guys what you can do with your landing pages. These are landing pages that are separate from your website, as in you won't go to your website homepage, look through the drop-down menu and see them listed there. They are completely detached. They will have their own URL. And after you click on the consumer tab, you will see a landings page tab right here. If you click here, it will show you the landing pages you've already pre-created prior, and it'll show you their status, their name, their URL, how many leads you've gotten from them, and the date that they were created, as well as some editing options. If you hit the three dots over here, you have edit, change the URL, deactivate, and delete. So this is all right here for you under landing pages. Now we want to create a new landing page. So from any point within your consumer applet, you could have gone over here to the right and seen the action button that says create new. If you hit that, you get the option of creating a page on your own website, which would be a sub page, and it would show in your menu, your drop down menu for your website, right? But we actually want to do a landing page today. This is complete separate landing page for the purpose of lead generation. So we're going to select that and hit create page. Just a second as I let some more folks in. And it looks like I got a couple of questions in the chat as well. Britta is asking about syncing every listing, or will auto sync. Once your MLS is synced with that listing tab, your new listings will auto-populate as you enter them into the MLS. So they will be there. And yes, Sunam, you can actually see listings of other agents. That MLS number that I put in the search feature was actually a listing that is not my own. I'm not an active agent anymore. This is out across the United States from me in a totally different MLS, totally different market by a totally different agent, but you were able to see on my screen that I was able to access it and view it. So you can see all listings, even by non-KW agents. So if it's on an MLS somewhere in the United States and some parts of Canada, you will be able to see it. Michelle, yes, this class is recorded. It will be posted on our YouTube channel within 24 hours. Okay. All right, and our archives also for this class. This class is taught at least once a month, and you can go back and see our archives there as well. And so it's pretty much the same class each time. You're welcome, no problem. So you can go back and see the archive immediately after this class if you want to start working on some of this. Okay, so back on the screen, this is what a landing page looks like when we create it brand spanking new. I'm going to close this little box down at the bottom. It's just giving you a little helper tip. All right, and so we're going to change the name first. And the reason I go to do this, if you don't, you can get lost in the generic name. When it's going to bring us back to that screen we were just viewing our existing landing pages on, sometimes it can get super confusing if everything is named super generic. So we're just going to go ahead and change this to the name of our listing that we're going to do today. I'm going to put new before it because I've used this same listing as an example prior. And so I just want to make sure that I know today which one it is. So there we go. Just going to make a little name there. You can hit the pencil. You can just put your cursor there, whichever one you want. And just hit enter when you're done and you notice the name is updated. We're good to go. And over on the right-hand side, these are going to be our widgets that we can use. So I want to show you what each one looks like. And then after I show you what each one looks like, we're going to kind of clear our palette here and we will go back to create that listing landing page to show you today how to add that value back to your clients and also create a great lead generation landing page for yourself. So the first two right here at the top, we like to start any landing page out with these just to make it sleek and branded to you. you can do agent branding. However, it's a little bulky. And please know that they are still doing updates and having updates pushed through right now due to family reunion and some of the new things they are launching. So in this class, we may see things look a little wonky today. So you can see all of these items are left aligned right now. That doesn't always look like that. So I want to show you the branded header right up against that agent branding and show you the difference. So again, super bulky with agent branding, but the branded header, a little sleeker, white, kind of hangs up at the top and kind of blends in a little more when you're creating that landing page, but it's still brand recognition for yourself. So I tend to use the branded header more than anything. So I'm going to highlight that agent branding widget right here at the top that I had. You'll see it outlined in blue once I have it selected, and I can hover over it. See how to populate a little trash can for me. We're just going to hit that trash can. So we delete that off. I want to leave my branded header at the top again. I like to put that at the top of any landing page that we're creating. It also has a title portion right here that you're not seeing that's whited out because we haven't put any text there. So I'm actually going to be able to come and create a header right here and the name that I want. So for us today, we will be putting the landing address right there. The listing address, there we go, on that header. And so then you have a couple of options here. Grabbing your legal footer, if you have legal disclaimers in your state that are required for you, is always a great idea just to pop that in right away so that you know it's there. It also has your social media links on it. So it's always just a great idea, even if you don't have any legal footers that you need to put there. We all definitely want to have each Keller Williams office is independently owned and operated on our websites right now or on our landing pages. So it's a good rule of thumb. Just grab it. All right. And so for your lead form, I'm going to show you what that looks like. And see, you'll notice as I drag and drop a widget, the green bar that lights up, that lets you know where you're fixing to drop it into, okay? You can put it at the bottom, all the way at the top, but I want to squeeze it right in between our header and our footer. And so you'll see what our lead form looks like right here. It does say interested, let's talk. This text right here is editable, and I'll show you how to do that in just a few moments. The fields, unfortunately, are not editable. These are the ones that come pre-made into this lead form, and they do all have to have something in them for the send button to show up. You'll notice the send button is not here yet. Once this page is live, someone would have to fill in every single field. Then a reCAPTCHA is going to populate. They have to click that to make sure they confirm they are not a robot, and then a send button will show up. So if you ever have a client reaching out to you, a prospective buyer, letting you know, hey, I can't enter my information on the lead form, just let them know that they do have to fill in every field, including putting you a little note, which is kind of funny sometimes. Some clients, you'll see their real humor when they are forced to leave you a note. It's pretty cute. So, and let them know they have to do the reCAPTCHA and the send, and then it will go right into your command. It actually creates a contact in your command. If they're already there and the system acknowledges it, that it's able to identify the same primary contact information that they enter here into your field as what is already saved in your command database, then it will actually update the existing contact. If they are not in your contact database within command yet, it will create a new contact and you will get a bell notification within your command. And I'll show you all of this here in a minute after we make it live. Okay. So I'll show you how to get to that information. All right. So this is what our lead capture form looks like. Again, going to show you what the other widgets look like real quick, and then we'll back out and we'll do that listing landing page. Okay, and so I see you've got a question. Are you going to go over how to put in sign in for open houses? So this is exactly how you would do that. You can make it for your listing, or you can just straight out put a header on this to say open house registration. And instead of saying interested, let's talk, you can say, please enter your information for more details on this property or other properties similar to this one. And you would actually have this like on an iPad there in your open house with folks so that they could enter their information right here on your device and you wouldn't have to handwrite it or pay so much for paper products like printing out the property disclosure right then and there. You can tell them, oh, I only have one copy here and I need to get your information. I'll be happy to email you a copy after the open house. There, you got their information, or you could even save money on your business cards as well. Instead of handing them out, you get their information because you know you're going to follow up, right? All right. And so here on the interested, let's talk. Again, that's editable if you wanted to do for the open house. I'm going to move on with the widgets here to make sure we cover everything. And I'm going to show you all this. I see some questions coming in. We're going to get those answered. I'm actually fixing to answer those after we go over the widgets. So I'm going to save it just for a quick second. You can also do a market snap. I can grab the market snap and slide it on in here. But keep those questions coming. I will definitely follow up with them. It's just some of them are easier to show you than answer right off the bat. So this is a market snap, guys. Looks pretty genius. You can actually choose a particular area for this, and it will send it just like this to the client, to the person that you are sending this landing page link to or sharing it with. You can also make a QR code from your landing page URL as well, and so that they can scan this and see the active statistics and sold statistics for this particular neighborhood that you wanted to show for them. And so I'm going to remove this really quick so I can show you what the other ones are. And then you do have your local expert. This is just you, your cute little self. It does give a little blurb about your bio. It does have the contact information as well as an action button to download your app. So I want to compare this with you to show you this is what it looks like when you use the Your Local Expert, but you also have a download my app widget down here. So if you drag and drop that, you can see a side-by-side comparison. It also has the action button to download your app. Cute little graphic. This is actually the smallest of our widgets. So sometimes if you come in here, I'm going to get ahead of myself, but if you're adding custom content, let's say you want to have a landing page that shows all of your sold listings or something like that, or even your website. If you're adding a website subpage and you want to show all of your sold listings, a great way to do that, since there's not a widget for sold listings, you can go into a Google document, set it up exactly how you want it to show with the photos, with any text that you want it to say, maybe the sales price, the sales date, and whether you represented the buyer or the seller on that listing. Whatever it is, you can compose it all in a Google Doc, come in here and see where it says content blocks. I can click that. I've got an image and a text. I can slide a text box right on over, copy my Google Doc, paste it right here, and it's going to look beautiful. It's going to be just like you would have it composed within that Google Doc, even though there's not a widget made for that. Okay. We do have a class that goes into that further called Website 201. It gets into the custom content that you can add. And we also have quick tip videos on our YouTube channel to show you. You can go in there and keyword search on our YouTube channel, Google Doc, DOC. And when you do that, it'll bring up our video. Just look for the most recent date. It'll show you how to add that content. Okay. So when you're adding pages like that, using those content blocks that would be either a text or a photo, highly recommend dropping the download your KW app widget right below it. That way you have, because you have to have some kind of widget on the page to be a placeholder. So we just highly recommend using this one no matter what, because it is the smaller of the ones. Okay. And you do have a testimonial capture form down here. If I slide that on over to the left, you will see that this gives them an option to fill in information. It is grayed out. It won't be that way once you publish it. It is just a little quirky thing about the widget right now, but you can see through the gray that you can edit the headline, the text right here below it. The fields do stay the same, but you have the opportunity to enter what you want into those fields. If you want them to say, tell us something about how great your experience was or something like that, you can have that gray text entered in there. They can also rate it. Once they enter this, again, you'll get a notification within your command, and it will also show up underneath their timeline, underneath the contact, because it will add the contact into your database for you. This is the widget for capturing the testimonial. We also have a testimonial page that we can add to your website so that you can show off these testimonials. So just reach out to us if you need any help creating those. So I'm going to close that. and show you the video one. It's very super simple. It's going to look like this. You do have to host your videos on a website like YouTube for them to come over, okay? So we're just going to X that out since there's nothing more to really look at when you're adding the video. And I'm going to close this because we're not going to use it today. So what we have right now left on our screen is our agent branded header right here at the top, not the agent branding, but the branded header. I have my lead capture form, and I also have my legal footer down here at the bottom. So right now I want to show you the listing widget and how to include that. So I'm going to drag and drop it over. You will see that it is a generic listing, generic photo. That's okay. We're going to update all of that information by configuring our widgets on the right. I just want to kind of slowly scroll down and show you what it's going to look like and the details and the map. It's really a lot of information. Again, this is to add value back to your seller if you want to create a listing landing page to highlight just them, but also give it an opportunity to be a lead generation tool for you as well with the lead capture form at the bottom. And we're going to go ahead and configure our widgets over on the bottom right. And you'll notice it tells you right off the bat, there was no listing selected. That's okay. If you'll notice right here, it says 2 of 4. We're on number 2 widget of 4. So I'm going to click this left green arrow back to get to 1 of 4. You'll notice it highlights our branded header for us right here. And so I want to change that. I want to make sure that it actually says my listing address at the top in nice big letters. You do have up to 30 characters. So I'm going to click off of that. Headshot is the same. My information, it's pulling from that marketing profile that we actually went over at the beginning of class. And it also pulls that team logo as well over here on the left-hand side. So I'm going to hit save and apply here. I could continue and just keep clicking over, but I like to save and apply after every widget. So I'm going to hit the green arrow here to go back to that 2 of 4. It's taken me to my second widget that's listed on my landing page. And we're going to browse listings. Here we go. Looks super similar to that listing search that we were just under in our listings app. I can choose property address, MLS number, or KWLS ID. Again, highly recommend using your MLS number. Again, it's going to save you some time. So we're going to hit search. Give it a chance to populate everything. Let us have another guest come in from our waiting room. There we go. And so this is the listing that I know that I want to pull. So I'm going to hit select. And it's going to work properly. There it goes. All right. And so you will notice that this is definitely the listing that I selected. You will see the address is the same, that I can go and change the listing in case I did happen to grab the wrong one. I can use the photos that are coming from the listing pulled from the MLS, or I can use a custom image if I'd like. The images that you see here, the one with the blue line around it is going to be the one that's going to populate right here, the biggest on your landing page. So you can decide, maybe you don't like the evening photo with the lights, but you would rather have it be the exterior sunny day photo. So I'm just going to give that a click and keep scrolling down. Once you've chosen all of this, I can click save and apply, and you should see live real in-time updates on the left-hand side. There it goes. Now you can see that photo that I chose. You see our update to the branded header as well, that it gives me the title up here at the top left. And you'll notice all of this information is now correct and pulling directly from that MLS, including the property. It gives you a nice little carousel of the photos that you can move through yourself, or it will auto thumb through those for you. Gives you the details, gives you the map. And then we have our other widgets down at the bottom. So let's get back to those. On the right-hand side again, I'm on 2 of 4 widgets. I'm going to click the arrow to go to 3 of 4. And as you see, the only thing that's editable on this is going to be the title right here. And so I'm just going to change it super quick. Want more info? Click save and apply, and you'll see it gave you a live update on that left-hand side. Going to click to our next widget, which there's nothing really to change here. It's going to pull all the information from your marketing profile, including your social links, your broker's information, and then we're going to hit save and apply just for good measure. Okay, so everything is saved now. It looks exactly like I want it to for my listing landing page. I can either save landing page and save it as a draft, or I can go ahead and publish it. For today's purposes, I'm going to go ahead and publish it. It asks me if I absolutely want to. I'm going to click yes, give it a second or a long second. Okay, great. All right, and you can see it brings us right back here to our consumer tab within Command, okay? So I want to go back to landing pages right here. This is it. Status is green. It is active. I can see that this is my new one because I put new in the title. It assigns it a URL already. Please know that you have the option to change this slug right here at the very end. You can't change the previous. This is always going to be standard for KW landing pages, but I can definitely customize the end of it right there just a little bit better. So over on the right-hand side, I don't have any leads on this page yet, but I do see the date created. I'm going to go to my 3 edit buttons. I can edit and change URL, deactivate or delete. So I'm going to change URL. It's going to populate it. It'll only let me change the end like we were talking about. See if it'll let me. I have a landing page already with that, but it should not stop me. There we go. All right, got the green ribbon of success at the top, and you can see it was updated right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this in a separate tab. And I want to go through the steps with you, acting as if I was a consumer, to show you what happens when someone fills out the lead generation form for you on one of your landing pages. So if I scroll down here and go into these fields, you'll know my reCAPTCHA is here, but the send button is not. I have to enter all of these. So we're going to fill in our information here. Hopefully it'll let me get away with my fake phone number. Sometimes it won't. All right, and click that I'm not a robot. It does give me a reCAPTCHA. It's like having a pop quiz in front of all you guys. I hope I pass. Yes. All right, great. And so now we have a send button, and I'm going to hit send. Oh, it got me on the phone number. Hold on. Just a second. Let's see. I'm going to make one up here. All right. Hit send. And we got the green ribbon. Thank you. Your information has been submitted. So another good thing, the folks that are entering your information, if they tell you they have any issues at all, tell them to keep sticking with it until they see that green ribbon of success. They should get a notification that it has been submitted. Now, if I go back to my command over on my left-hand tab here, you'll notice I've got a notification bell and a light here telling me I have a 1 notification. Since I haven't refreshed this, I'm not sure that's our notification, so I'm actually going to hit refresh first. Now I have 2. There we go. So I'm going to hit my notification bell. You can see I have a lead form notification, new lead, Scott Leroy information captured. So I am going to click view contact. It's going to take me right to that contact within my command database. Here it is. There's our name. It is marked as a lead, which is genius for command to do this because it lets you know you have not had the real estate conversation with this person yet, right? So once you do have that real estate conversation, feel free to unmark that and uncheck them as a lead. It does let you know that this was a past open house client, that it was coming from 620 Crestview Drive, and it shows our phone number and email that was added. Over on the right-hand side, you will see when this was created. It looks like we've used this same email contact before, and that's why it's saying it was a or a past open house client. Someone's added that tag, and that is because it recognized the same contact information being filled out on the form. So it's actually come in here and updated the timeline of this existing contact. So over here on the right, you will see today, February 21st, that this person entered their information into the landing page named New 620 Crestview Drive, which is what we named our landing page. And you'll also see the note from them as well. So from here, you have tons of things that you can do. You can start building out their neighborhood over here on the left-hand side. If you need more information, you can start lead genning and contacting them. You can go over here to the right, add a task for yourself, notes, set them up on a saved search or even a smart plan, and just go from there. That's why it's a great lead generation tool for you. Okay. And so I'm going to start going through the questions over here on the right that we're having in our chat right now. I'm going to end the recording. If you're watching this as a recording, please let us know if you have any questions. Support at scottleroymarketing.com and our YouTube channel that you've obviously already found. We have a lot of quick tip videos and archives of this class previously that you can search through. And thank you for watching.